Welcome back to Penny Collector, the ultimate destination for coin enthusiasts, curious collectors, and anyone wondering if the coins in their pocket change might be worth more than face value. In today's video, we're taking a closer look at one of the most commonly encountered coins in circulation, the 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You may have come across this coin while going through your change or your old coin jar, and noticed something interesting: there's no mint mark under the date. Does that make it rare? Is it a minting error? And most importantly, how much is it worth today? Let's take a deep dive into the history, minting details, and market value of the 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny. To begin, let's understand what the absence of a mint mark means. If your 1989 penny does not have a mint mark below the date, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. It's important to know that during this time, the Philadelphia Mint did not place a P mint mark on Lincoln cents. This wasn't an error, it was standard practice. In fact, the P mint mark didn't appear on pennies until 2017, as part of a special release to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the Philadelphia Mint. So if you have a 1989 penny with no mint mark, it's completely normal, it was intended to look that way. Now, let's talk about the design. The obverse, or front of the coin, features the famous profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has remained mostly unchanged since 1909 and is one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The reverse of the 1989 penny still features the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo that had been used since 1959. Both sides of the coin include standard inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust, Liberty, United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum," as well as the denomination 1 cent. As for rarity, the 1989 no mint mark penny is not rare. In fact, it's extremely common. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 7.2 billion of these pennies in 1989. That's right, billions of them. Because of this massive mintage, most 1989 no mint mark Lincoln pennies you find in circulation today, especially in dirty or worn condition, are worth exactly 1 cent. They were made for everyday use, and most have been in circulation for decades, meaning they've lost their original shine and have picked up scratches, dirt, and wear from being handled. But what if your 1989 penny is in very good condition? That's where value starts to change. If your coin has never been used in circulation and still has its full red copper luster, it may be worth more. These are called mint state or uncirculated coins. A 1989 no mint mark penny graded MS65 red might sell for $1,000 to $5,000, while higher grades like MS66 or MS67 red can fetch $7,000 to $9,000 or more. Extremely well-preserved coins with little to no contact marks and full mint brilliance can even sell for over $10,000 at auction, though these are rare and must be professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. In addition to condition, collectors also pay attention to coin color. Lincoln cents are classified as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN, depending on how much of the original mint red color remains. Red coins are the most desirable, especially in higher grades. A red 1989 penny in mint state condition will always be worth more than a similar coin that has toned to red-brown or brown. So if you happen to find a shiny red 1989 penny that looks flawless, it's worth holding onto or getting graded. Now let's talk about something every collector loves: errors. While the regular 1989 no mint mark penny is common, error coins from that year can be quite valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die, where the lettering or Lincoln's profile appears doubled due to a misalignment in the minting process. A strong double die error on a 1989 penny can be worth $2,500 to several $100s, depending on the strength and clarity of the doubling. Other errors to look for include off-center strikes, where the design is shifted away from the center, clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing, and broad strikes, where the coin is struck without the collar and appears larger or flatter than usual. If you suspect your coin has any of these unusual features, it may be worth having it examined by a professional coin dealer or grading service. So what should you do if you find a 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in dirty or circulated condition? Most likely, it's only worth 1 cent, and that's fine. It's still a piece of American history that has been in circulation for more than 30 years. But if you come across one in pristine condition, or if it looks unusual in any way, it might be worth a second look. Use a magnifier, check for doubling or other signs of error, and if it stands out, consider setting it aside or getting a professional opinion. Remember, in the world of coin collecting, even common coins can become valuable under the right circumstances. Next up, the 1990 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You may have found one in your pocket change, coin jar, or inherited coin collection and wondered, what does it mean that this coin has no mint mark? Could it be rare? Could it be valuable? Today, we'll dive into all the facts you need to know, from its history and design to its minting numbers, possible errors, and most importantly, what it's worth in today's market. Let's start by understanding the basics. If you're holding a 1990 penny and there's no mint mark beneath the date on the obverse, that simply means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. For many decades, the Philadelphia Mint did not place a P mint mark on Lincoln cents. That only changed in 2017 for a limited commemorative release. So in 1990, it was completely normal for Philadelphia-issued pennies to have no mint mark at all. In other words, the absence of a mint mark is not an error and does not make your penny rare by default. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse, or front of the coin, features the well-known bust of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been a symbol of the Lincoln cent since 1909. The reverse side of the 1990 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo that was introduced in 1959 and used through 2008. On both sides, you'll also find standard inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," "United States of America," "E Pluribus Unum," and of course, the denomination 1 cent. Now, here's where things get interesting. In 1990, the Philadelphia Mint struck an incredible over 6.8 billion Lincoln pennies without mint marks. Yes, you heard that right, billions. That massive production means the 1990 no mint mark penny is extremely common. If you have one in dirty, circulated, or worn condition, it is worth exactly what it says, 1 cent. It was made for everyday use and is still found in circulation today in huge quantities. So if your coin is heavily worn or discolored, it holds no additional value to collectors. However, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A 1990 no mint mark penny in mint state condition, with its original coppery red color and no signs of wear, could be worth more. Coins graded MS65 red can sell for $1,000 to $3,000 and coins in higher grades like MS66 or MS67 red can be worth $1,000 to $5,000 or more, depending on their quality and eye appeal. The highest graded examples, especially those slabbed by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, can even cross the $8,000 mark at auction, but those are extremely rare and must be nearly flawless in appearance. Now, there's a very important detail that makes 1990 a memorable year for Lincoln cents. Although the 1990 no mint mark penny from Philadelphia is common, there's a famous and extremely rare version known as the 1990 no S proof penny. This was an error coin that was struck at the San Francisco Mint, which normally used an S mint mark on proof coins. However, due to a minting oversight, a small number of proof pennies were released without the S mint mark, making them incredibly rare. These proof coins are not found in circulation. They were part of collector proof sets, and they are struck in much higher quality than regular pennies. One of these rare 1990 no S proof pennies sold for over $20,000 at auction in pristine condition. But again, this coin has mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and never circulated, so if your 1990 penny is dirty, scratched, or worn, it's definitely not the rare proof version. Let's also talk about errors, which can sometimes make an otherwise ordinary penny valuable. If your 1990 penny has any unusual features, like a doubled die, a clipped planchet, an off-center strike, or a die crack, you may have something special. For example, a strong doubled die on the lettering or date could fetch $2,500 to several $100s, depending on how clear the doubling is. Off-center strikes that still show the full date are also collectible and can sell for $17,000 to $56,000 or more. These types of errors are not common, but they do show up, and that's why it's always worth closely inspecting every coin you find. Another important factor to consider is color classification. Copper-plated zinc pennies like those from 1990 are graded by color, red, RD, for uncirculated coins with full red luster, red-brown, RB, for coins with some fading, and brown, BN, for fully toned or circulated examples. Red coins are always the most valuable in the collector market. So if you have a 1990 no mint mark penny that still has a bright red copper appearance and no wear, it might be worth setting aside for closer inspection. To summarize everything, a 1990 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a common Philadelphia issue. In circulated or dirty condition, it is worth just 1 cent. However, in uncirculated or mint state condition, it might bring a few dollars depending on the grade and color. The true high-value coin to watch out for is the 1990 No-S proof penny, which is extremely rare and must be in proof condition, not something you'd find in loose change. And as always, keep an eye out for mint errors, because those can turn even a common coin into something special. Next up, the 2006 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. If you found this coin in your pocket change or dug it out of an old coin jar and are wondering what the D stands for, whether this penny is rare, and if it might be worth more than 1 cent, then stay tuned. We're going to explore the history, design, minting details, and current market value of the 2006 D Lincoln cent in full detail. Let's begin with the basics. The D Mint mark on your 2006 penny stands for the Denver Mint, one of the United States Mint's primary production facilities located in Denver, Colorado. Unlike pennies minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally don't show a mint mark, coins from the Denver Mint are easily identified by the small letter D under the year on the obverse side of the coin. So if your 2006 penny has a D beneath the date, it was minted in Denver and is one of the billions produced that year for circulation. In terms of design, the 2006 Lincoln cent continues the long-running tradition of the Lincoln Memorial penny, which was introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse side of the coin features the profile of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, along with the inscriptions, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and 1 cent. This design would only continue until 2008, after which it was replaced by the 4 reverse designs in 2009 to mark the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. Now let's talk numbers. The Denver Mint produced a staggering 3.6 billion Lincoln pennies in 2006. That's right, billions with a B. Because of this massive production number, the 2006 D Lincoln penny is extremely common, and most examples found in dirty or circulated condition are worth exactly 1 cent, their face value. If your coin has seen daily use, has scratches, or has lost its original shine, it does not have significant collector value in that state. However, things change when we look at uncirculated or mint state coins. Coins that were never used in circulation and have retained their original coppery red color can be worth more, especially if they have been professionally graded. A 2006 D Lincoln cent in MS65 red condition, meaning it has full red color, sharp details, and no wear, can be worth $1,000 to $3,000. If the coin is graded MS66 or MS67 red, the value can jump to $10,000 to $50,000 or more, especially if it's certified by PCGS or NGC and has good eye appeal. While these coins may not be rare, top-grade specimens are always in demand among collectors who build high-end registry sets. Now let's shift our focus to what every coin collector gets excited about, error coins. While the standard 2006 D penny is common, a coin with a confirmed minting error can be much more valuable. Some known errors from this year include off-center strikes, die cracks, doubled dies, and clipped planchets. An off-center 2006 D penny, especially one where the date is still visible, can be worth $16,000 to $56,000 or more depending on how dramatic the error is. A double die error, where the lettering or date appears to have been stamped twice, can also fetch $25,000 to $68,000 or more if it is strong and visible. These types of coins are usually found by carefully inspecting pennies under magnification, so if you think your 2006 D looks unusual or misprinted, take a closer look, it could be worth far more than face value. Another factor that influences value is the color and grade of the coin. Like all Lincoln cents, the 2006 D is categorized by color as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN. Red coins, which have retained their full mint luster and original copper shine, are the most desirable and valuable to collectors. Coins that have toned over time to a red-brown or brown color, especially those that are dirty or circulated, are the least valuable. So if you have a 2006 D penny that still looks bright red with no signs of wear, it might be worth more than you think. To summarize, the 2006 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark is a very common coin that was produced in huge numbers by the Denver Mint. In circulated or dirty condition, it's usually worth just 1 cent. But if your coin is in mint state condition, especially with a full red luster and no signs of wear, it could be worth a few dollars or more. And if you happen to find a mint error, your coin might be worth significantly more, depending on the rarity and strength of the mistake. Next up, the 2008 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You might have found this coin in your change or a jar at home and wondered, why is there no mint mark under the date? Could this penny be rare? Could it be worth more than just 1 cent? In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about the 2008 no mint mark Lincoln penny, from its design and history to how many were made, its possible value in today's collector market, and what to look for that could make it worth more. Let's begin with the basics. The 2008 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. That makes this coin quite historic because 2008 was the very last year the Lincoln Memorial design appeared on the reverse of the U.S. penny. In 2009, the U.S. Mint replaced the memorial with 4 special bicentennial designs to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. So in a way, the 2008 penny marks the end of a design era, making it a little more interesting to collectors. The obverse of the coin, or the front, still features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that dates all the way back to 1909. On the reverse side of the 2008 penny, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. And if you look just below the year on the front of the coin and see no mint mark, that means this penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike coins minted in Denver or San Francisco, Philadelphia pennies have historically not carried a mint mark, and this was still the case in 2008. So a 2008 penny with no mint mark is not an error, it's completely normal and very common. Speaking of common, let's talk about how many were made. In 2008, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 2.5 billion Lincoln cents with no mint mark. That's right, billions of them. Because of this massive mintage, the 2008 no mint mark penny is extremely common, especially in circulated or dirty condition. If your coin has scratches, discoloration, or obvious signs of wear, then it is worth exactly 1 cent, its face value. These pennies were made for everyday use and were never intended to be rare or valuable in normal condition. However, just because a coin is common doesn't mean it can't have value under the right circumstances. If you come across a 2008 no mint mark penny in uncirculated or mint state condition, it could be worth a bit more to collectors. A penny in MS65 red condition, meaning it still has its original red coppery shine with no signs of wear, might be worth $1,000 to $3,000. Coins in MS66 or MS67 red condition can sell for $10,000 to $50,000 or more, depending on their sharpness, shine, and whether they've been professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. While these values won't make you rich, it's still worth knowing that even a modern penny can be valuable if it's in top condition. But there's one more thing to be aware of, and that's mint errors. Error coins from any year, including 2008, can be worth significantly more than regular coins. Some of the most desirable errors include double die obverse, where the date or lettering appears doubled due to a misaligned die, off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is cut off, and broad strikes, where the coin looks flattened or distorted. These types of errors are relatively rare and can sell for anywhere from $25,000 to several $100s, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. That's why it's always worth examining your coins closely with a magnifying glass. You never know what you might find. It's also important to understand how coin color plays a role in value. Lincoln pennies are categorized by their color into red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. Red coins are freshly minted and have their original copper luster, while brown coins have darkened over time due to circulation and oxidation. A red 2008 penny in mint state is much more valuable than a brown one that's been used and handled. If you have a shiny red penny from 2008, it's definitely worth setting aside and possibly submitting for grading if it's in flawless condition. To sum it all up, the 2008 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a Philadelphia Mint coin, and its missing mint mark is completely normal. In dirty or circulated condition, this penny is only worth 1 cent. However, if it is in mint state condition, especially with full red luster, it could be worth a few dollars or more, depending on the grade. And if you're lucky enough to find a rare mint error, your penny might be worth several times more, even into the hundreds. Always examine your coins carefully, because even the most ordinary coin can hide an extraordinary story. Thank you for watching Penny Collector. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the 2008 no mint mark penny, Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another episode. We're here to help you uncover the value, history, and excitement hidden in your everyday change. Until next time, keep checking your coins, stay curious, and as always, happy collecting.